Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. We've all been there, right? You open up your messages and boom, someone has sent you a massive, completely disorganized photo dump of physical documents. I'm talking crooked angles, terrible lighting, just utterly chaotic. In today's explainer, we're looking at a fascinating, real-world experiment from a creator who faced this exact frustration. They decided to put artificial intelligence to the test to see if it could actually solve the mess. We're going to explore how 3 major AI tools handled the seemingly simple, but honestly incredibly frustrating everyday task. So let's get into it.
The catalyst for this whole experiment is beautifully simple and frankly, way too relatable. The creator's brother shot over a batch of smartphone photos. But these weren't, fun vacation pictures. They were important school documents that desperately needed to be printed out. But as you can imagine, if you try printing straight from a smartphone photo gallery, what do you get? Giant, awkwardly placed images, massive weird margins, and those ugly gray backgrounds. It's an absolute formatting nightmare. Which brings us to the exact problem the creator had to solve. How do you take a dozen messy JPEGs and turn them into something actually usable without spending hours manually cropping and pasting them into a Word document? 12. That is the magic, incredibly frustrating number we're dealing with here. 12 separate photos. It's absolutely crucial to emphasize the sheer wastefulness of this situation. If you were to just hit print on those raw image files, you're literally wasting 12 individual pages of paper, totally draining your printer ink, and ending up with a stack of documents that, let's be honest, look terrible and are super hard to read. The creator's goal wasn't just to get them on paper, it was to efficiently condense and optimize these 12 chaotic JPEGs into one clean, professional, multi-page document. And to pull that off, they turned to the heavy hitters of the AI world. Part 1. Claude. Brilliant but strict. So phase 1 of the experiment kicks off by uploading all 12 of those images straight into the AI model Claude. The creator fed the images into the system, along with a prompt asking it to format them into a neat PDF presentation. But as we so often find with these AI workflows, the first attempt didn't exactly go according to plan. Claude's initial output was, according to the source, just terrible. A poorly formatted mess that totally missed the requested details. But here's where it gets really interesting: the human element of AI interaction. The creator did what any frustrated manager would do in that situation. They scolded it. They literally typed right back into the prompt, "What is this mess you made for me here?" Essentially treating this advanced AI like a disobedient intern, demanding it fix the layout. And amazingly, within a couple of minutes, this direct reprimand actually worked. That little scolding session yielded fantastic results. Claude's performance completely turned around. It ultimately produced a beautifully formatted direct PDF file exactly as requested. The layout was incredibly neat, all the documents were perfectly readable. It was great. But there is a massive catch. Almost immediately after handing over this perfect file, Claude slapped the creator with a strict usage limit. The AI essentially threw its hands up and said, "I'm done, come back and talk to me in 5 hours." So yeah, while the output was brilliant, hitting a strict timeout penalty like that makes it incredibly frustrating if you're trying to blast through a large batch of documents or, tweak a project in real time.
Moving on to part 2, Gemini, and the HTML workaround. Because of that frustrating 5-hour timeout from Claude, our creator had to pivot to a backup plan. They took those exact same 12 images and hopped over to Google's Gemini, specifically version 3.1. Now, Gemini was fantastic at processing the images and really understanding the prompt, but it has one very specific limitation for this kind of workflow. It doesn't have a direct export to PDF button. It literally couldn't just hand over a finished file the way Claude did. So they came up with this brilliant workaround, and I absolutely love this. Let me walk you through it. First, instead of asking for a PDF, you prompt Gemini to format the images using HTML code. Second, you simply copy that block of code it spits out and paste it right into a basic text file on your computer. Third, you save that file, but you change the extension at the end to .html. And fourth, you just double-click that file. It opens up in your web browser as a perfectly formatted web page, and from there, you just use your browser's normal print to PDF function. It is such a fantastic, creative application of the tool. So what was the actual result of this little Gemini HTML hack? A flawless 5-page PDF. Remember that chaotic pile of 12 messy smartphone photos we started with? The Gemini method perfectly condensed all of that information down to just 5 neat, optimized, highly readable pages. There were no massive usage limits, no annoying 5-hour timeouts, just a perfectly executed result that honestly only required a tiny bit of manual copy-pasting. A real game changer. Which brings us to part 3, ChatGPT drops the ball. So we've seen Claude's strict brilliance, and we've seen Gemini's clever little workaround, but what about the third tool tested in this workflow? Well, this brings us to a rather surprising twist for anyone who follows the AI space. The creator took the exact same prompt and the exact same 12 images right over to ChatGPT. And ChatGPT failed entirely at this specific formatting task. No way around it. Despite its massive popularity and generally amazing capabilities, the creator noted that for this exact workflow, converting a batch of messy JPEGs into a cohesive, formatted document, it completely dropped the ball and failed to generate a usable result. It's a really great reminder that, hey, not every AI is built perfectly for every single task. And that leads us to Section 4, the final AI verdict. Having tested Claude, Gemini, and ChatGPT against the exact same real-world problem, the practical takeaways from this trial-and-error explainer are crystal clear. If you want a direct, beautifully formatted PDF handed to you immediately, and you really don't mind potentially hitting a massive usage quota, Claude is absolutely your winner. You get the direct output, but you have to deal with that strict 5-hour limit. On the flip side, if you are willing to spend, say, an extra 60 seconds doing that HTML copy-paste trick we just talked about, Gemini is incredibly powerful. You get flawless formatting with 0 restrictive time limits. You just have to execute that quick manual HTML step to get your final PDF. But beyond just the technical results, what's really compelling about the source material is the creator's vulnerability right at the very end. We so often think of AI as this instant magic wand, but figuring out these specific workflows, it requires immense mental effort. It takes actual financial resources to subscribe to and test all these premium models. We, as the end users, rely so heavily on the agonizing trial and error of educational creators who spend hours figuring out that, oh, Gemini requires an HTML hack, or that Claude literally needs to be scolded to work properly. The creator explicitly noted how draining this process is, reminding us exactly why supporting and sharing the work of these educational creators is just so vital. Which brings us to our final underlying question for this entire explainer. We just saw how much effort went into avoiding printing 12 messy JPEGs. And yes, the final 5-page PDF was absolutely beautiful, but it required scolding one AI, manipulating another with HTML code, and abandoning a third one entirely. So you have to ask yourself, is the time ultimately saved by AI actually worth the exhaustive trial and error required to prompt it correctly in the first place? It is a fascinating cost-benefit analysis that we are all going to have to weigh as these tools keep integrating into our daily lives. Think about that the next time someone sends you a disorganized photo dump. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and as always, keep questioning the process.